Hi, this is Will again, talking about aspiring to inspire and using the value match sales approach to be more successful in your personal and your business endeavors. You know, one of the things that I like to think about sometimes is just this idea about learning how to really take control of the process and present yourself in the best possible light. You know, one of the things that happens in the sales process, our customers today, they know everything about you already. They've been on the internet, they've learned, they've been educated. They're more educated than ever before. Do you realize that the salespeople today, when I'm selling today, 10 years ago, when I wanted to communicate with a customer, half of them didn't have a fax machine. And now, we all have computers and the internet. You know how you shop. You're going to go do something, you go out on the internet and check it all out. If I go to Best Buy, I'm going to go find out what Costco sells it for and bring it over to Best Buy to get the very best deal. You don't think your customers already do the same thing? So when they ask you questions, aren't you scratching your head just a little bit, wondering, why are they asking me that question? Most of us have a tendency to answer those questions, and I want to give you a little warning here. They're not asking you questions so they can buy it. They're not asking you questions about things that are going to turn them on. They're asking you the questions about things that are going to turn them off. They are looking for reasons to emotionally disengage from you. And the answers you give very well may give them reasons to not like you. It's kind of a 50-50 crapshoot every time you answer a question. Well, this came to light to me in a very pointed way. When I listened to a little story on NPR the other day, there was a gal who was out of work for over 2 months with 2 small children, and NPR was following her. And she was kind of so worried. They were in the car with her when she was going to her next interview. She went to the interview, and all the way there, she was saying, I hope I don't say, I hope I don't say, I hope I don't say. She went into the interview, and shortly thereafter came right back out with a disappointed look on her face. The NPR person was interviewing her. What happened? She said, well, right after the whole thing started, the person asked her if she had an accounting background. And she did have some, but not very much, and so she admitted right on the spot, my accounting skills are kind of weak. The interview went on for a few more minutes, and then the person politely invited her to leave. No job. I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute. Did that employer really want someone with accounting skills? And so I thought to myself, what if I was interviewing with somebody and they said, do you have accounting skills, which I don't? I would say something like, well, I'd love to talk to you about my accounting skills and about my other skills as well. Before I do you mind if I ask you a question? What's your situation? And a little bit more about what they were looking for. Now, what do you think they'd say if I said something like, well, how important is integrity to you? How important is loyalty to you? How important is the ability to learn fast, think on your feet, and have great customer service and customer retention skills? Obviously, you know the answer, right? So then, given the choice between someone that had great accounting skills, but not the others, or someone who had great personal skills and a personality, could get along with others well in the office, had integrity and loyalty, you knew was going to stay there a long time, and you might have to train him to do a little accounting, which one would you pick? The answer is obvious. We need to make sure that we differentiate values for customers. We need to make sure that we help them figure out what's most important before we start talking. You know, it's interesting, you've seen that show, The Bachelorette? I could so win that show. I mean, I could see those girls asking the guys, you know, what do you want to do on a date? And the guy would say, I want to go climb in the Himalayas. And off camera, the girl would go, yuck, I hate climbing. I'm thinking about what I would answer. You know, the girl would say, what do you like to do on a date? And I'd say, you know, that's a great question. Before I answer, you tell me, what would you like to do on a date? She'd say, I like to go skiing. I'd say, skiing, that's nice. Tell me a little bit more about that. What do you mean? She'd say, well, I like to ski, but I also like to hang out in the lodge by the fire. I'd say, well, tell me more about that. Which one do you like better, skiing or the lodge by the fire? She said, really, the lodge by the fire is my favorite part. Tell me more about that. She goes, I just picture myself, you know, in a snuggly little blanket with a glass of wine and a fireplace talking about something with someone that really listens to me. And I'd say, you know what, that's amazing. That's my favorite thing too. I love sitting by the fire, all snuggly with a glass of wine, listening to someone who's interesting. Let's go on a date. And let's go to a fire in a lodge where they're skiing, and let's get to know each other. The difference is the ability to listen before you talk. The ability not to respond to questions until you know what the answers are. And in this day and age, that's more important than ever. Practice that skill of listening, paying attention, being connected, being present. and you'll be all that more successful. Do it the value match way and have a great year. Take care. Bye-bye.